Because intelligence and hard work give you different advantages in the long run, there is a deep psychological reason why the starting line is not always the finish line. Imagine two students preparing for the same difficult exam. The first student understands new concepts almost immediately. They can recognize patterns quickly, solve problems with less effort, and connect ideas that other students might struggle to see. The second student doesn't learn as quickly. They might need to read the material several times. They make more mistakes, but they keep practicing. Every day they sit down and work through another problem. So who wins at the end? This scenario plays out in every professional field across the globe. At the beginning, intelligence has a clear advantage. If both students spend the same amount of time studying, the faster learner may understand more. This is one reason cognitive ability actually matters. Intelligence can affect things like reasoning, learning speed, working with complex information, and solving unfamiliar problems. So pretending that everyone starts with exactly the same mental abilities would be misleading and inaccurate. Cognitive speed provides a head start that cannot be ignored in the short term. But there's a problem with judging people only by their starting point, because skill isn't the same thing as potential. Think about learning a language. Someone might naturally recognize patterns quickly and pick up vocabulary faster, but if they practice for 20 minutes every day for a year, while the naturally talented person barely practices at all, the outcome can completely change. Effort builds a bridge that talent alone cannot cross, transforming raw potential into usable skill through time. And this is where hard work becomes powerful. Practice gives your brain repeated exposure to the same skill. You make mistakes, you receive feedback, you adjust, then you try again. Over time, something that originally required conscious effort can become much more automatic. This is how consistency bridges the gap between raw talent and actual mastery. It transforms a difficult task into a natural habit through sheer persistence, rewiring the brain for long-term success and reliability. But there's another important detail. Not all hard work is equally useful. You can spend 5 hours doing something badly and learn less than someone who spends 1 hour practicing correctly. That's why deliberate practice matters. Instead of simply repeating something, you focus on what you're getting wrong, work at the edge of your ability, and use feedback to improve. High-quality effort is much more valuable than mindless repetition, and this is where strategy meets sweat to produce real results. When something goes wrong, intelligence doesn't automatically tell you what to do next. You still have to analyze the mistake, change your approach, and try again. The person who quits after their first failure doesn't get to benefit from all the intelligence they started with. Meanwhile, the person who keeps adapting gets more information every time they fail. Resilience is the engine that keeps your cognitive abilities moving forward, turning every setback into a valuable lesson for the future. Now imagine these two people 5 years later. The intelligent person has natural advantages but rarely challenges themselves. The hardworking person has spent thousands of hours learning, practicing, making mistakes, and improving. Who is better now? There's an even more powerful possibility. Someone who is both intelligent and willing to work hard. They learn quickly, practice deliberately, and keep going when things become difficult. Intelligence gives you an advantage. Hard work gives you progress. But the person who combines them is playing a completely different game.